When many did complain that in the countryside coin be hard to earn, and all did flock toward the bustling cities, there dwelt a lone maiden in the wilderness, who, by the wisdom of her mind, and tireless spirit of toil and striving, not only did resolve her hunger and cold, but also lived a life of sufficiency and plenty. Yestermorn she and her cousin went unto the fish pond to seize fish, thus turning a little profit. A few days passed, she sold fried fowl for coin. As for vegetables, chickens, and ducks, she needeth not buy, for she reareth them herself, and eateth with peace of heart. Thus it seemeth, whether in city or countryside, opportunities for wealth do abound. Only many folk fail to perceive them. And this day, Meng Yao had long since hastened unto the orchard, having yesterday spoken with the master of the grove, and paid silver for the right of harvest. And this day, Meng Yao's task was to gather the great multitude of dragon fruit within the orchard, placing them into baskets. Ere the dragon fruits reached the market, she would earn a fair profit, hoisting the wicker baskets, and beholding the dazzling dragon fruits in abundance. Meng Yao could scarce restrain the joy within her heart. It seemeth that today shall be a day of great harvest. This year's dragon fruit grew in hues most vivid, so fair that one might drool at the sight. Unable to contain herself, Meng Yao seized the shears, and upon spotting a fine dragon fruit, she did cut it off with a sharp snip-snap. Each dragon fruit bore hues near the same, yet their sizes were not alike. Those that Meng Yao chose were ever the larger ones, and touched by worms or small birds. Only these, greater in size and ripened to finer state, did Meng Yao cut down and place within the basket. The dragon fruit tree is but a cactus shrub. The plant groweth low in stature, and the fruit springeth from its boughs. Thus gathering is not hard, unlike plucking coconuts, wherein lieth danger. For if one slip and fall from the tall tree, death may claim him anon. Meng Yao crouched low upon the ground, carefully cutting and harvesting each dragon fruit that did please her heart. Ere long did fill a small basket. Then each dragon fruit, with utmost care she placed into the wicker. Within the basket, the heaped up dragon fruits seemed as though painted with bright and vivid hues, shining with dazzling brilliance. 'Tis indeed a most uncommon fruit, fit for planting in the subtropical clime. It thriveth well at the warmth of 29 and 20 degrees. In winter, the air best be not colder than 5 degrees. In bitter winter days, especially in the northern land, too cold a frost oft woundeth the dragon tree. Yet the heat may not be too great either, and ever it requireth abundant sunlight. If planted in many a valley, where sunlight reacheth not, the harvest of dragon fruit shall be meager. The soil too must be of good quality, rich and fertile, loose and well drained. The planting of dragon fruit is unlike the planting of rice, for rice needeth water to submerge. But dragon fruit is not the same. If there be great standing water, the dragon tree perchance may perish. And where the ground be full of gravel, with many a stone therein, that place too is unfit for planting dragon fruit. But the orchard wherein Meng Yao did harvest lay by the side of a mountain slope, with green hills and clear waters, and sunlight in abundance. Thus the dragon fruit grown there was fragrant and refreshing. Dragon fruit is rich in many a vitamin, as well as minerals, with much water content, yet low in heat and fat. Most fitting for the people's consumption. In the sweltering summer, eating one or two doth moisten the throat, and nourish the body, though it hath not so much water as watermelon. Yet dragon fruit's singular nourishment and flavor be dearly beloved of the folk. With Meng Yao's ceaseless busy hands, one by one the vivid dragon fruits were placed within the basket. Lifting the freshly gathered fruits, Meng Yao once more walked toward the 2 wicker baskets. When the baskets were filled to the brim, Meng Yao's task for this day was thus fulfilled. To gather more would avail her not, for no more could be born. Anon she would carry them onto the market for sale, to see how the trade might fare. If sales proved to be brisk, on the morrow she might return to reap again. Yet summer's weather changeth its face as swiftly as a maiden's mood. A moment ago the sun did blaze, yet suddenly fierce winds did arise, and soon the rain poured down apace. There was no leisure to heed aught else. Meng Yao, bearing the heavy load of dragon fruit, set forth toward the market. Her garments, soaked through, clung fast onto her skin, causing her much discomfort. Fortune favored her with a hale body, so she would not easily fall ill. Moreover, the market was not far distant. 'Twas best to sell the dragon fruit first, then return to change her raiment. Truly, to earn but a few more coins is no easy matter. Whether in scorching heat or in pouring rain, Meng Yao must ever toil and labor for her livelihood. Yet it seemed fortune smiled upon her, for scarce had she set her stall, when there came an old dame fond of dragon fruit, for such fresh fruits as these. The dame had found none elsewhere in the market. Beholding the dragon fruit displayed by Meng Yao, the dame unceremoniously chose several. Meng Yao, with warmth and courtesy, did introduce her dragon fruit unto the dame. With the first sale begun, the business that followeth is wont to prosper. Such is the stall-keeping wisdom of Meng Yao. Sweet and comely Meng Yao, with the brightly hued dragon fruits beside her, sat within the market, appearing all the more radiant. Now and then passers-by who espied her fruits, if they be fond of dragon fruit, would purchase a few to aid Meng Yao. Common folk do prize freshness above all, and fruits newly come to market are ever apt to draw men's attention. Men oft say that a woman's coin is easiest to earn, and certes, there is some truth therein, be it cosmetics or fine garments. So it is also with Meng Yao here. Those who purchase dragon fruit are oftentimes women in the majority. From the role within the household, women are mainly the victors of family consumption. They remain at home tending the children, preparing meals and dishes for the family. At ordinary times, they are in need of various daily necessities. And when it comes to fruits and such, women all the more delight in purchasing them. The reason being thus: fruits greatly aid in replenishing the body's vigor. They serve as much benefit in this regard, whether it be for their own well-being or for the health of their children as the starting point. They would not hesitate to purchase fruits to replenish nutrition. And women are oftentimes tender of heart, with a weighty sense of family duty. Should they behold their children with naught to eat, they would at once choose provisions for them. To put it simply, women delight in buying fruit, not only in care for themselves, but likewise in care for their kin. Under Meng Yao's fervent introduction, one by one the dragon fruits were sold off by her hand, while some, even if they tarry at the stall all day, could not sell a single item. Yet others, by merely arranging their goods, buyers would arrive in an unending stream. This is not mere fortune, but true ability. For setting up a stall requires certain methods and skill. First of all, the wares one chooses must be pleasing to the eye. And Meng Yao, what she sold were dragon fruits yet unseen in the marketplace. They had only just come into season, and thus more readily drew people's attention. Her main aim was to target the housewives as the focus of sales. And in this market, those who come to purchase are for the most part women. Secondly, one must be eloquent and ever wear a welcoming smile. If one sells goods with a face like a lifeless corpse, even should others approach, few kind words would be exchanged. Thus, one ought not hope to earn wealth thereby. Yet Meng Yao was different. She ever greeted others with a bright smile, be they adults or little children. She would exchange a few friendly words. Such approachable conduct easily won the trust and favor of her patrons, even if others have no need of thy wares. At the second time of setting stall with other goods, there may hap be those who lend thee their purchase. Thus it is plain, a smile itself can speak. graceful discourse is that which determineth whether thou art able to sell thy wares or not. As one customer after another made their purchase, the dragon fruits Ming Yao had chosen grew fewer and fewer, and were changed into sheets of silver notes. It seemeth Ming Yao's harvest this day was great indeed. After deducting the cost of wholesale dragon fruits, she could still gain a small profit. Having packed away her stall tools and bade farewell to the market, she slowly trod the path homeward. After changing her drenched garments, Ming Yao beheld the starving ducklings, and her heart ached. Better to feed the native hens first, for the hens were hungrier still. Nor might the 2 water buffalo be forgotten. To feed the sheep was of ease, for one need only place the long-prepared hay, and all was done. Yet to nourish the ducklings, a fodder trough was still required. To purchase one would cost a dozen coins, or even scores more. But by her own hand, she could provide all sufficiency for Ming Yao. It was but a simple task to fashion a trough herself, with no need to spend such vain coin. By fortune, the empty yard bore many planks of wood. These old discarded boards, just fit to be turned into a simple feeding trough. To fashion a trough, first must these boards be cut, shaped into planks of equal length. Meng Yao took up her sharp saw, blindly cutting board after board. When meeting unevenness, she trimmed it slightly. Thereafter each plank she joined together, fixing them firm with sharp nails. In truth, such a trough was simple to make, no different than the small stools of childhood. With but a few planks, assembled simply, and all was complete. Forage is now prepared, yet still lacking feed for the ducks. Beside the empty ground, there stand many banana trees. These natural banana trees happen to serve as feed for the ducks. The stomach of a duck is made of the glandular stomach and the gizzard, each with clear division of labor, together completing the task of digestion. The glandular stomach secretes acid and digestive enzymes to aid in the breaking down of food. Proteins are thus decomposed. The muscular wall of the gizzard is well developed. Its inner lining bears a tough keratinous membrane. It stores the swallowed food through powerful contractions of the muscles, using grit to grind the hard food, such as grains and insect shells, grinding them into fragments, thus making it easier for the intestines to further digest and absorb. It is for this very reason that the food for ducks, even if somewhat coarse, may still be digested effectively. Meng Yao scattered some duck feed upon the freshly chopped banana trees, mixing them lightly together, thus creating a meal beloved by the ducks. Pure and natural, without pollution, feeding such fare is more favorable to the duck's growth. Their meat shall taste all the better. Thus did Ming Yao complete the labor of this day. Selling dragon fruit, she earned a small profit, whilst tending to the livestock, which shall likewise bring gain in days to come. No need to worrying of sitting idly till the stores run dry.
Xin chào các bạn, hôm nay chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau đến với lại Mạnh Dao. Mạnh Dao sẽ đưa chúng ta đi cắt những quả thanh long chín đỏ và cùng nhau đi một phiên chợ để bán những quả thanh long để kiếm thêm thu nhập mọi người ạ. Trong cái video này, Mạnh Dao đã đi đến một cái khu vườn để thu mua một loại quả thanh long rất bổ dưỡng. Trong mùa hè, cái loại quả này thường hay phát triển và cho trái quanh năm, nhưng mà khi vào mùa hè thì cái loại trái này nó rất là ngon ngọt vì nó được ăn nắng và được những cơn mưa. Mọi người hãy tập trung vào sao chú ý video giúp tôi. Vâng, mọi người hãy cố gắng đăng ký và cho mình một lượt like và một lượt thích để mình có nhiều động lực để ra nhiều cái video hay.